Welcome to Between Lovers. I'm T, your sacred guide, and this space was built for moments like this. This isn't a story, it's not a sermon. It's a sacred pause, a breath for the black men who've been holding theirs for far too long. A stillness where you don't have to perform, a moment where you don't have to explain, a place where your softness is not a liability. What you're about to hear is not critique, it's not diagnosis, it's remembrance, a love letter. Not just from me, but from the parts of the world that still believe in you. From the ones who see you, even when you don't see yourself. You were never just muscle. You were never just labor. You are lineage. You are balance. You are legacy. And even if you forgot that, this letter remembers. Let's begin. Spoken word. A love letter to black men. This isn't an excuse. This is the context. Addressing the side effects of systemic oppression and assimilation. To the black man whose light was dimmed before he knew he had one, I see you. To the ones who were taught to perform before he was taught to feel, I feel you. To the one who's been blamed, misunderstood, feared, idolized, over-sexualized, and never truly held, I hold space for you now. To the ones who were conditioned to be lovers, providers, and protectors, to mothers trying to heal their pain caused by their fathers, before they've even had a chance to balance their emotions, learn themselves, and simply be children. To the boys who were told to man up while still crying themselves to sleep and trying not to wet the bed from fear, stress, and dysregulated nervous systems. To the men whose pain was never seen as sacred, only as a threat. We see you. Many of you are still locked in childhood wounds, forced to chronologically age while the world expects emotional maturity that was never safely nurtured. The absence, the shutdown, the fear of being soft, the difficulty loving black women who look like your mother, sister, daughter, it's all rooted in systems designed to fracture you. Self-hatred makes it difficult to love and value what mirrors you. But you were never unworthy. You were never undeserving of softness, of gentleness. Societal norms of mediocrity made you think less is enough when your soul cried. Crying to speak up for help, for a hug, for a safe space to cry that's not a closet, just to ensure that you can wear your crown with pride. This isn't the end. This is the beginning of restoration. You are not what the world says. You are not the sum of the trauma passed down to you. You are not a statistic. You are not a burden. You are the blueprint, the standard, the pulse of memory wrapped in melanin. Your silence is not weakness. Your tears are not betrayal. Your boundaries are not disrespect. And your rage? Your rage is holy. But you were never taught how to transform and transmute it. Some of us still love you. And this is why I do what I do. Because even with the weight, even with the wounds, even with the walls, some of us still remember you. The real you. Before the programming, before the punishment, before the world convinced you that softness was shameful. I don't need you to be perfect. I don't need you to be healed before you're loved. But I do need you to remember who you are. Because your remembering helps us all rise. To the black man who's been carrying more than his fair share, I see you. I honor you. I love you. And no matter what the world has done to you, you are still worth loving. Now, to the ones who aren't seeing their children, not because they don't love them, but because their pockets are empty and they believe that means their presence holds no value. Please don't choose comfort or shame over facing your children. You'll never get that time back. This is for you, because your children need your heart, not just your money. They need your laughter. They need your healing, your stories, your essence. And you are still worthy even if the system told you otherwise. And to the ones that have the money, the house, the career, the accolades, but barely know their children, this one is for you too. You were taught that provision means performance, that love looks like labor, that time could be replaced by transactions. But children don't remember how much you made. They remember how safe they felt in your presence. They remember whether they were seen, not just supported. Some of you are grinding so hard to be what your father wasn't that you're becoming someone your children still don't know. Yes, the system told you to protect and provide, but it didn't teach you how to connect. If it cost you your peace, your presence, your purpose, was it ever success? Money can't change the reflection, and children, they are mirrors, and the mirror will always speak truth, whether you're ready for it or not. To the ones who are grinding so hard just to survive, you deserve to simply breathe, to feel peace without pressure, to exist without constantly proving that you belong to yourself. Because without breath, it's nearly impossible to make healthy choices in love. When the world teaches that women are for pleasure, not partnership, not elevation, not sacred correction or real connection, how can a man recognize the divine mirror when she arrives? Instead, you end up with a physical manifestation of what you value and a head and heart full of confusion. Some of you are fighting women who have standards, not because they want control, but because they know who you are, they know who they are, and they refuse to shrink if you haven't seen yourself yet. Seeking yes women, when what you need is the woman who helps you say yes to your power and not your ego. Yet, many men are choosing women who coddle, tending to every whim, even the ones you didn't ask for, always available, even when mistreated, hoping to stay the chosen one, while none of their needs are met except being claimed by you. But that too is a result of childhood wounds, and they may eventually realize they can never be what you truly need. Still, you stay quiet. You won't speak up because to speak on it is to speak up for yourself, and you haven't been taught that. To do the heavy emotional, spiritual, and mental lifting required to free yourself from guilt, shame, and the fog of unknowing. Some of you are dating women you wouldn't even trust as a friend. Women you don't actually respect, you don't confide in, and wouldn't follow if they led you in wisdom. But because they tend to you like a child or treat you like a king in fear, you feel like a man. Beloved, that's not manhood. That's a coping mechanism dressed as confidence, and it's keeping you from the very thing you ache for, to be loved, respected, and truly known. You are not what the world says you are, and today you are finding your way back. At this time, I invite you to grab a pen, your journal, or open your notes app. This wasn't just a letter. This was an offering, a sacred mirror, a remembrance. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. And you were never beyond redemption, no matter how long you've been disconnected from your truth. Take a moment to sit with what surfaced. Feel it in your body. Let the truth linger, not to shame you, but to awaken you, to bring you home to your soul's knowing. Let this be your turning point, not just for you, but for the generations watching you love or leave yourself. Soul reflection questions. What emotions were you taught to hide or punish yourself for feeling? What would your inner boy say if he finally felt safe enough to speak? How have you confused provision with presence? Who taught you that love must be earned through pain? What does peace actually feel like in your body, and how often do you allow yourself to feel it? What would shift if you were loved in the same way you protect others? Can you forgive yourself for surviving the only way you knew how? A gentle reminder. It is Men's Mental Health Month, but men's mental health isn't just about therapy. It's about reclaiming your worth in a world that profits from your pain. It's about creating sacred spaces where you feel safe, seen, and supported without needing to perform. It's about community, ritual, family, release. So if no one ever told you, hear it now. You don't have to carry it all. You don't have to suffer in silence. You don't have to pretend it never hurt. You are allowed to heal out loud. I know some of this might feel confusing because systemic destruction breeds chaos. That's why they taught you that you were dogs, to make you believe that you were out of control in need of taming. Not because it's true, but because they feared who you would become when you were whole, when you were anchored in truth. When your power doesn't come from force but presence, because a black man rooted in his spirit cannot be bought. A man who loves himself cannot be controlled. A man who remembers who he is becomes a mirror that burns through illusion. You've been distracted for far too long. And now the land is calling. The elders are calling. The ancestors are calling. Your own soul is calling you back to the throne that was never about domination, but origination. Money, sex, and control are false idols, false crowns. But you don't need to dominate when you originate. Your real throne is waiting, the one built on love, on legacy, on remembering. So come on back to yourself. See you the way I see you. And if you don't think you know how I see you, run this episode back. Because we need you. Whole, present, alive, and above all, loved. If something stirred inside you today, don't dismiss it. That's your soul's remembering the original you. The one who doesn't perform, or prove, or protect out of fear. That is your real self, calling you back home. This podcast was created for moments like this. Moments when truth meets tenderness. And love becomes more than a word. It becomes restoration. So go love yourself better, and let us love you while you do. Though this letter was written for black men, whose pain and power have long been distorted and denied, may every man who hears this remember. If it touches you, truly touches something in you, it was meant for you too. You are worthy of love that doesn't demand your silence. You are allowed to feel, to heal, to begin again. No matter your story, may this remembrance return you to yourself. Use this mantra if you feel called to. I am ready to remember. Be sure to visit us at betweenlovers.com, BTWNLVRS.com. Please leave a review if you enjoyed the podcast episode. And on the website, there's the blog. There are therapeutic soul sessions to get some healing courses, and soul-rooted resources to help you remember who you are. This work is for you. If you're ready to feel again, to heal out loud, and to rise rooted in truth, you don't have to carry it alone. Trauma brought you here, but love and remembrance will guide you home. No more avoidance, my loves. We are standing on business, and you are the truth. Let's walk this path together with deep love, appreciation, and honor. I'm T, and this is Between Lovers, the Heart and Soul Chronicles. Walk gently, walk boldly, walk soulfully. Peace.